Aleski, founder of Ackland Media Frames, and this is episode 1 of Ask Ackland. And we got many more episodes to come. I'm excited to be here to talk to you. Thank you all for your questions. Let me start at the beginning. First off, we are a manufacturer of Ackland Media Frames. It's the world's #1 attachment system for flex face vinyl displays on walls and trucks. And we are trade only, meaning we only sell to the sign industry, the digital print industry, the advertising industry, people that are reselling it to others. That's our business model, and we're sticking to it. So I want to get right to it. Fire away.
All right, can these displays be used both indoor and outdoor?
Yeah, great question. They absolutely can. They're weatherproof. Our product and our model from the beginning has been very simple. It's one product. It's an aluminum display. It's a 2-part picture frame. There's a bottom plate and a top plate. We call it the cover plate and the base plate. And it's an extrusion. It's anodized to protect in weather, but they're indoor and outdoor. Same exact product used for both.
Okay, how easy are they to install?
How easy are they to install? Well, they're the best. They're the easiest. Very easy, I should say. If you can handle a screw gun and a basic toolbox, you can get this thing installed. In fact, some people have suggested that it should be marketed as a DIY, do-it-yourself product, but in this case, ever since its first design by Jerry Ackland himself, Jerry had a saying. He used to say the beauty is in its simplicity. We don't have tensioning pulleys and cables and ratchets and grommets. We don't have any of that. It is super easy. It's a self-tensioning design that when the two pieces come together, that pulls it tight, and really you just have to put the screws in the wall and then put the screws in the outer layer and boom, it's done. Super easy. What else you got?
Does it require any special tools?
No, that's kind of just to emphasize my last point. It doesn't require any tools other than, basic tools that you'd find in a basic toolbox. The biggest one is a screw gun, a drill with an attachment for a Phillips head screw or hex head, depending on which ones you order. Very easy, and that's actually a unique point. I'm glad you asked me that, because there are some other systems out there. If you've been in the sign business, you've probably heard of a couple of them. They're inferior, especially in that way. The complexity. You have to have a special tool to stretch the vinyl, and you have to have it on every job at every time, and it's a very expensive tool, and without it, you can't even use the system. So, we don't have that. We designed this with simplicity in mind. It is user-friendly. We want you to be able to get in there, get out, minimize your labor time, and maximize your profit.
All right, what type of finishing does the vinyl require?
One more time?
What type of finishing does the vinyl require?
Okay, another good question. This kind. Close your eyes and tell me what you see. Nothing. No finishing. Vinyl. You print it, you run it through the printer just like a piece of paper, and you let it dry, ship it off. That means no beading, no special mushroom bead that has to slide in the channel, no grommets, not even a hem. Literally, it speeds up the production time because that's one less step in the production process that has to take place. It's literally raw edge vinyl, rolled up, preferably not folded so you don't get any, creases or crimps in it, and you just send it off to the job site and it's ready to go. It'll work great with our framing system. Got another one?
What if the vinyl is too big?
Good question. Sometimes, and this happens a lot, because somewhere in the process, from whoever measured the job to whoever talked to the artist to whoever did the artwork or talked to the client and presented the job, somewhere in the chain from measuring the job to producing the job, sometimes the measurements are wrong, which happened to all of us. So if the vinyl comes out and it's too big, it's okay. As long as it's been laid out properly and your graphic elements are far enough in from the edge, we cut the vinyl to fit the frame. So it's not a problem. It's very easy to improvise on site if the vinyl size is a little bit off. You don't want the vinyl to be small, at least not too small. You only have a couple of inches of play there, but does that answer it?
Yep.
Okay, so no problem. And if the vinyl is too small, then in a lot of cases, if you have the freedom and the flexibility on the job site, you can cut the frame and cut the vinyl and just make it work. Another benefit of the simplicity of the system, really.
Okay, where do I get new tape when I need to change, and do I need to change the tape every time I change the graphic?
Okay, tape. You'll see on our drawings on our website, let me just show you what it is. Again, here's the cover plate, here's the base plate. This gold strip is an adhesive bonding strip. We're just going to call it tape for today. I don't really like to do that because it's much more than a tape. We went to great lengths to find the right chemical compound that would work in a wide range of temperatures and would do the job that it's designed for. But for today, we're going to call it tape. This tape, people ask a lot. I think the first question you asked was, where do I get it when I have to replace the vinyl so that I can replace the tape too? We don't want you to replace the tape. It's not designed for that. Again, the beauty is in the simplicity. It's supposed to be easy. We have designed this this adhesive to maintain 75% of its adhesion for life. So really about 3/4. It'll stay tacky by design. And yeah, for years. I've seen it for years still maintain its adhesion enough to do its job. And if I can, just for a minute, let me tell you what that job is. The job, some people say, oh, you know, this is going to be on a truck or on a building and it's just held up by tape. No. The tape is an installation aid. That's what it's for. It's kind of like you want to have it be put up there and secured and be able to, thank you, I'm going to pull out. You want to have the vinyl be put up on your surface and you want to be able to rest for a second. Just take your hands off of it. Obviously some of these are very big. So this comes off, the vinyl goes on, and you're able to work. You're able to come down from the ladder or the lift and get the next pieces in line and, you know, make sure that it's fairly tight by hand before the cover plate ever goes on. So the tape is an installation aid. Really, that's what it's for. It's like 100 sets of hands or fingers around the perimeter of what you're working with. It holds it in place. You check it out, make sure it's the right size, the right tension and all that. And then the next step is to put the cover plate on. When that cover plate goes on, it goes over the vinyl. So the vinyl's here, you know, stuck to the tape. Then the cover plate goes on. And then there's a screw that goes in at every. The frame takes over. It becomes a clamp, and it tensions the vinyl, but it holds it in place. So no longer is the tape a factor. The tape has done its job. It's there for the next installation, but now the strength of the system is completely transferred over to the aluminum frame. So that's kind of how the tape works. And when it comes time to interchange the vinyl, top cap comes off, vinyl gets pulled off. Tape is still sticky, and you can put a new piece of vinyl on in its place. So that being said, does the tape ever need to be replaced? Okay, in rare occasions, maybe every month or two, we might get a call from somebody who says, hey, I need some more tape. We'll send it to you. That's not a problem. It's very inexpensive. But the only time that usually happens, I can only think of 2 or 3 instances where that could be an issue. One is, let's say you take the vinyl off and now this adhesive is exposed to the elements. Maybe the guys are done for the day. They don't come back till the next day. Dust, rain, moisture, whatever. Somehow this gets exposed to the elements. That's going to neutralize the glue. It's going to make it not sticky anymore. In a case like that, you're probably going to need some more tape. Another situation that I've seen is certain types of vinyl. They're rare, but I know that many people are buying imported products right now from all over the world, and some vinyl is not of the same quality that is normally used. So I remember seeing a black back vinyl that came in somewhat from somewhere. It was imported, and it was very inexpensive. Looked great when it was up, but when our customer went to remove the vinyl and change out the graphic, it kind of delaminated. So the black backing stuck to our frame because it is sticky. all the way around. So now there's this black vinyl, you know, crumbly pieces all the way around the edge. Obviously that's not sticky. So in a case like that, you need more tape. But the good news is, when you get the tape, whether it's because the old one dried out or because maybe something delaminated or whatever problem you might have had, you don't have to pull it off or scrape it or use chemicals. You don't really have to do anything to prep the surface. All we recommend is put the new roll right over top of the old roll. It'll stick, it's double-sided, and it's not going to create a problem in the way that it fits together or anything like that. Just put a new roll of tape right on top of the old stuff, put your vinyl on, put your top cap on, and move along. Keeps you going. That makes sense?
Makes sense.
Good.
Cut it.
All right, well, that wraps it up for episode 1. I want to thank you for your questions that you've asked. We get questions on a regular basis. People like the answers. People really enjoy working with the product and are finding ways to expand their business. It's so versatile and very profitable. So we just want to be here to answer your questions. We'll be back next time with some more general questions about the use of the Ackland Media Frame that is popping up all over the place. And send us your questions and we'll answer more questions on the next episode. Until then, thank you for watching. Thank you for your business.